Title: The Last Passenger. It was a rainy night in rural Pennsylvania. A lonely bus drove down a foggy highway, almost empty except for a few passengers who kept to themselves. The driver, an old man named Carl, had driven this route for over 30 years. He thought he had seen it all, until that night. At exactly 2:37 a.m., the bus pulled over at an isolated stop deep in the woods. Carl didn't expect anyone to be there, but when he opened the doors, a tall woman in a white dress stepped in. She was barefoot, soaked from the rain, and her long black hair covered most of her face. She didn't say a word. Carl frowned. "Miss, this route ends in the next town. Do you have a ticket?" She simply nodded and walked to the very back of the bus, sitting alone. Carl shrugged and kept driving. That's when things got strange. The lights inside the bus began to flicker. One of the other passengers, a teenager with headphones, suddenly stood up and asked Carl, "When did she get on?" Carl replied, "Just now. Why?" The boy's face turned pale. "I've seen her before, in a missing persons flyer." Carl looked in the rearview mirror, but she was gone. He pulled the bus over and ran to the back. No one was there, just a wet puddle where she had sat. Terrified, Carl called the police. They checked the area but found no sign of her. The boy later sent Carl a photo he had found online. It was a news article from 5 years ago. A woman in a white dress had vanished from a nearby town on a stormy night. Her body was never found. Since that night, Carl never drives after midnight again. But sometimes, late at night, he swears he sees a woman in white standing by the road, waiting.